Yo, it's the Carolina Kid here to do again what y'all hate doing. I know, I'm talking about reading. I'm still into the 7 habits of highly effective families. And the segment I'm on today is Love is a Verb. And this is some good stuff, y'all. So pay attention. At one seminar where I was speaking on the concept of proactivity, a man came up and said, Stefan, I like what you're saying, but every situation is different. Look at my marriage. I'm really worried. My wife and I just don't have the same feelings for each other that we used to have. I guess I just don't love her anymore, and she doesn't love me. What can I do? The feeling isn't there anymore, I inquired. That's right, he reaffirmed, and we have 3 children we're really concerned about. What do you suggest? Love her, I replied. I told you the feeling just isn't there anymore. Love her. You don't understand. The feeling of love just isn't there. Then love her. If the feeling isn't there, that's a good reason to love her. But how do you love when you don't love? My friend, love is a verb. Love the feeling is a fruit of love the verb. So love her, sacrifice, listen to her, empathize, appreciate, affirm her. Are you willing to do that? Hollywood has scripted us to believe that love is a feeling. Relationships are disposable. Marriage and family are matters of contract and convenience rather than commitment and integrity. But these messages give a highly distorted picture of reality. If we return to our metaphor of the airplane flight, these messages are like static that garbles a clear direction from the radio control tower, and they get many people off track. Just look around you, maybe even in your own family. Anyone who has been through a divorce, an estrangement from a companion, a child, or a parent, or a broken relationship of any kind can tell you that there is a deep pain, deep scarring, and there are long-lasting consequences that Hollywood usually doesn't tell you about. So while it may seem easier in the short run, it is often far more difficult and more painful in the long run to break up a relationship than to heal it, particularly when children are involved. As M. Scott Peck has said, the desire to love is not itself love. Love is an act of will, namely an intention and an action. Will also implies choice. We do not have to love, we choose to love. No matter how much we may think we are loving, if we are in fact not loving, it is because we have chosen not to love and therefore do not love despite our good intentions. On the other hand, whenever we do actually exert ourselves in the cause of spiritual growth, it is because we have chosen to do so. The choice to love has been made. I have one friend who uses his gifts to make a powerful proactive choice every day. When he comes home from work, he sits in his car in the driveway and pushes his pause button. He literally puts his life on pause. He gets perspective. He thinks about the members of his family and what they are doing inside the walls of his house. He considers what kind of environment and feeling he wants to help create when he goes inside. He says to himself, my family is the most enjoyable, the most pleasant, the most important part of my life. I'm going to go into my home and feel and communicate my love for them. When he walks through the door, instead of finding fault and becoming critical or simply going off by himself to relax and take care of his own needs, he might dramatically shout, I'm home. Please try to restrain yourselves from hugging and kissing me. Then he might go around the house and interact in positive ways with every family member, kissing his wife, rolling around on the floor with his kids, or doing whatever it takes to create pleasantness and happiness, whether it's taking out the garbage or helping with a project or just listening. In doing these things, he rises above his fatigue, his challenges or setbacks at work, his tendencies to find fault or be disappointed in what he may find at home. He becomes a conscious, positive, creative force in the family culture. Think about the proactive choice this man is making and the impact it has on his family. Think about the relationships he's building and about how that is going to impact every dimension of family life for years, perhaps for generations to come. Any successful marriage, any successful family takes work. It's not a matter of accident. It's a matter of achievement. It takes effort and sacrifice. It takes knowing that, for better or worse, in sickness and in health, as long as you live, love is a verb. Wow. Wow. I definitely want to recap on a few things right there. Love is a verb, y'all. We have to most definitely remember that love is a verb. It's action. And a lot of times, a lot of people get caught up in saying I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, but they don't they don't really mean the action behind it. Like we have to understand that love takes action and you have to show it. even during those times when you don't feel like it, that's the real love. You know, that time when you're in a rush, you really got to be somewhere, but you got the choice to hold the door for someone that's coming in and they're taking their precious time to come in, and you're really in a rush, but you got to, and you got to go. But you make that choice to still stand there and, hold the door, seeing a bigger picture, understanding that they may be taking their time because they could be injured or they could be holding something fragile, causing them to walk a little slower than usual, or whatever it may be, just seeing a bigger picture outside of the one that you're framed in, that helps you, show some love. And another example of showing love is, you know, showing love to that enemy or to that person that you feel is a hater, that you feel is jealous of you, you know, and sometimes they may make a comment or do something that was just to get under your skin, just to be an obstacle or a distraction for you or towards you. Well, in situations like that, well, if you can show love, that's that can be a real milestone in your own life. Like you can clear a lot of obstacles out of your way by just continuing to showing love and not stooping down and giving the enemy, energy or your time or your attention. Like don't even give it that. And another way that you can show love is, lending someone a hand or doing someone a favor without expecting nothing in return. Like that's the best way to really do it. Like understand that we as people are here to be a service. We're here to be a service, for others. And the more that we're here being a service for other people, the more, joy we'll find within ourselves. And also, there's a lot of wealth within serving others. Um, some of the biggest business and organizations and corporations in the world are ran because they provide a service for, the common people. They provide something that we all need on a daily basis, and because that's what it's all about, being a service. So something that I always like to say is, don't try to find a way to make $1 million. Try to find a way to help 1 million people. The wealth will come with it. The wealth will come with it. So that's something that you can always remember and take with you. Another thing is that I really like that it was talking about in here is being a positive, creative force in your own family. And so, that's a question that I want to ask to all of y'all. What are you doing to become a positive, creative force in your family? Like what are you doing? It's not about anyone else in your family. A lot of times if you be an example and be the type of family member that you would desire to be treated like or to desire to be portrayed as, then then it could lead to a lot of those positive things if you work on you. So do that more. Focus on yourself, and continue to remember that love is an action. It's a verb. Like and every family has issues. Everybody has their own problems. So it's not just you, it's not just your family. So don't get too focused in on that. Just focus on the things that you can control, and handle those private wars that's within, because it'll make handling those public battles that you face a lot easier. All right, kid out.